Hi, I'm Jonathan Thomas, and welcome to Inspiring Austin, Community Voices and Legacies. In this edition, you'll meet one of Austin's most distinguished gentlemen. Whether it's his many stories, his big personality, or his unique mustache, after meeting him, you can't help but smile.
It's been 33 years today, 33 years.
It's just another day for Harrison Eppright. In his element,
His idea was that the cows made the fortune, so put their heads up there.
educating people on the history of the place he calls home.
When the city was laid out in 1839,
Eppright is the Austin Visitor Center's main tour guide, and he's the right one for the job, as Eppright, now 70 years young, was born and raised in Austin, where he has stayed, racking up plenty of memories.
I'm proud of the statue of Barbara Jordan, and I go by there, I've gone by there on several occasions. This is on the campus of UT.
He's unique in personality and style, receiving plenty of attention for his work as a tour guide, and has received even more love while out and about.
I've been part of Visit Austin, particularly the Austin Visitor Center, since 1993.
He first caught the tour guide fever from local theater legend Boyd Vance, who selected him to occasionally lead tours around East Austin. Then years later, he took on an even bigger role.
About 2009, 8 or 9, the resident tour guide for Visit Austin passed away suddenly, and he was a wonderful storyteller. And so I asked if I could step in and take his place. The Rangers came here and they were removing the archives, and Angelina Everly across the street there, who had an inn just around the corner, noticed that there was a lot of activity that was going on over here. And so she fired a cannon. Some say that the cannon was wheeled out of storage. Some say that the cannon was already in place. But she fired a cannon and it made a hole in the archives building. This is in the dead of night.
The jewels he drops are not just for the guests, they also keep Eppright himself connected to the days of old.
It awakened old memories in me. This is a wonderful thing about giving tours. It was a great way for me to reconnect with my past and bring that forth into the present.
Of course, today's Austin is much different than the Austin Eppright knew in his childhood on the East Side.
I remember when Austin was a city of about 212,000, according to the census in 1960, but Austin was growing. We were 56th most populous city in the nation back in 1960.
However, it wasn't all rosy in those days for Eppright's family and other Black residents of the city.
A lot of good memories, but you also was aware of the racial segregation, which actually put a pall over in my opinion, so much of the good that happened in the Black community. When I was a boy, the Harlem Theater and the Ritz downtown, up until '65, what I remember were the only two theaters that we could attend. Blacks could attend the Ritz, but they were confined to the balcony. And I always wanted us to go down and sit in those plush seats, but we couldn't.
In that regard, we've come a long way, and Eppright makes sure to point out that distance, even if we still have a ways to go.
The African American history of Austin is an integral part of Austin's history, the good and the bad.
Even though he's getting long in the tooth, the pep remains in his step as he hopes to continue spreading the history of Austin as long as he can.
And I just want to keep going. I want to keep living. I won't, as one person said, I want to keep that old man at bay.
Safe to say the dashing and dapper Eppright is doing that pretty well.